Coach, what's it kind of been like watching Ben Morrison handle success last year and translate it to the spring, and how's he kind of stayed humble?
He's a hard worker. I mean, that's the great thing about him. He's a very humble kid, always been that way. He's very competitive. All he wants to do is get better and find ways to get better. So his same routine, he's taking the same approach as he did as a true freshman. And you just see him growing and growing and growing on the field and off the field. Just becoming a better football player and the knowledge of the game. So he does great things for us.
And then along those same lines, what's it been like as a coach watching Jaden Mickey go through all he's gone through over the last year and to get to where he's at right now?
Yeah, as every corner, there's going to be some adversity. You're out there, that's the name of the game out there. So to see him go on a bumpy road and still have the confidence that he does and plays the same way he does. And the great thing about it is I have the most confidence in him to go out there and perform and compete, and that's who he is. He has a competitive spirit in him and a great mindset in him and how he approaches the game the same way.
And then before his injury, what did you kind of see out of Christian Gray in the first couple of weeks?
Focus. He was focused. He's just eager to learn, and he's still eager to learn during his injury, and that's the great thing about him, right? He doesn't want to fall behind mentally, so what is he doing? He's still getting extra meetings every day, staying involved with it, and just like he was attacking each day out here in the spring and making great strides, now he's going to attack his rehab and make great strides, and he's still approaching from the mental side of it as well.
Mike, what's different this year?
Just you got a veteran group, a lot of guys in the room that play a lot of ball, understand the expectations of it, the standard of it, and they help each other. You know, that's the great thing about this group. You know, they have great unit strength, they got great love for each other, healthy competition, and all they want is the next man to be better and grow each day.
What are you learning from the group?
That they're dependable. That I know what I'm going to get with them. They're consistent. They're going to come to work every day, on the field, off the field, and they want to be great. You know, and that's what I want from them. You know, what can we do? Get all the dreams and goals.
Coach, how have they responded to kind of the challenges that you've given them this spring?
Great. You know, everything I ask of them, they do, and they do more. They want to be great. Each one of them have a drive in themselves to be great. So that's the great thing about it, where I get to be able to see them grow and compete every day, and then do extra. You know, that's the biggest thing about it. If you just do the minimal, you're just going to be okay and just roll the ball out. But if you do extra, that's where you make great strides, and that's what they did.
And then you alluded to the competition. I guess, how have you seen the guys grow mentally this spring?
Just competition in general, right? Going after with the receivers every day. You know, it's a great battle. It's a great challenge, and that's what you love about it. Where you got guys on the other side of the balls pushing you, and they're pushing each other in the room. So when you have competitive spirit all around, you only can get better. So that's the great thing about it.
What's the challenge for the guys, or what's it been, I guess, easier for the guys when you have a mature group out there every day?
I challenge them every day just to be, continue at that high level. You know, how can we get better every day? You know, it's the little details that we got to execute on. I don't have to worry about the effort as much, right? Because that's the standard in the room. So now it's just the details, route recognition, and my technique, different things of that nature. Or, understanding the scheme, where's my help at? Things of that nature where helps us a lot.
And how has the offense been able to challenge you guys from your position group this season with Sam and Tyler going at it, but also having, Gino and the offensive line coach? How much has that challenged you guys?
It's been a great challenge. Coach Stuckey has done a great job as well with those receivers. And when we up there challenge them at the line of scrimmage, in the press, giving us different looks off of that. Just in the scheme itself is challenging itself. So there's been a lot of great teaching and a lot of us going forward in the spring from practice one to where we're at right now.
And what's the leadership like, whether it's verbally or just going out there and performing?
Well, it's a great leadership, right? You get the best of both worlds. You got a Cam Hart that's been around, played a lot of ball for us, that's very vocal in the room and gets the guys going in that way. And then you got a Clarence Lewis, who's played a lot of ball here as well, who's a more action guy that is going to show you how hard he practices every day and how the same approach that he does every day with it. And then you see that, and then you get a Ben Morrison and a Jaden Mickey that's younger, but they're growing and becoming mature and speaking up as well with it as well. And then it's just like a wildfire with it. So.
Anything else, Coach Mickens?
Lorenzo walked over here in a white jersey. I guess what about his skill set translates to corner?
He's very strong, quick. He plays with great effort. He plays fast, diagonals routes really fast. So that's the things that you look for in a great corner. Obviously, ball skills and things of that nature. So he's only been over a couple of days. Just off and on. So he's doing a good job. What we ask him to do. So continue to grow.
Last one.
What's that conversation like with Lorenzo when shows interest in that position?
You always want the player to be willing to do it and also willing to go, and I think he has an interest in it as well. It's a mutual conversation, so beneficial for everybody.
So thank you.
Thank you.
I guess to start off, Clarence, how are you feeling this spring? How do you think the position is kind of throughout the spring?
I'm feeling good this spring. I feel like as a unit, like we got a lot of pieces. No matter who's in, they're gonna do their job like a one. So I'm pretty excited. A lot of depth.
And then how are you individually working on your game, kind of on the field, but also upstairs mentally?
It's pretty much just taking it day by day, trying to limit the mistakes, working on my craft, on and off the field by myself, and just really just staying in the playbook, just trying to play fast.
And then lastly, how would you describe kind of the competition within the room and the willingness to kind of let everybody get better at the same time?
I feel like a thing we did this year was like different practices, different people will start, so they get the opportunity to practice first, and I feel like with that, it's pushing everyone to just really want to be that guy. So I feel like it's healthy competition.
Coach talked about the leadership in the room, the experience in the position of the room. What's that like from your standpoint, having the older guys, but also being one of the guys that have to be playing time last year?
I'm sorry,
Coach talked about the experience and the leadership in the room. What's that like with the older guys, as well as a guy that like yourself that's had plenty of playing time last year?
I feel like it's a great tool because they for sure learning from us older guys, but I feel like this year, no matter the older guy, younger guy, you all close. That's what I like about the unit this year. We was close last year, but this year I feel like we're a little more closer, if that makes sense.
Clarence, how have you evolved over the past couple of years in your game?
I think over the year, you obviously get experience, but over the years, you also gain confidence and if you're able to slow the game down in your brain, you just play faster. So I think this year, it's going to be a great year to just let it all out.
Just describe you as a back. How would somebody break you down? How would they define you? How would they prepare for you?
I'm sorry, it's a tough question. You say define me as a player?
So if somebody's doing a game scout, say Clarence Lewis, this is what he is.
Okay. For me, I think they'll just say he's a player that's going to give effort no matter the circumstance. I'm going to always give my heart and always run to the ball no matter where it's at, give my all. So I think it'll just be the effort part.
How comfortable are you in just year two of Golden's defense?
I'm getting a lot more comfortable because this year it's a lot more nickel. So last year was a little new, but now that I was playing this, getting a little easier. Just taking it day by day, just getting better.
Get one more. And then you mentioned confidence. I guess you and Tariq kind of faced adversity a little bit early in your career and then kind of build it back up. I guess what did you and the staff kind of do to get that back up to where it is now?
It was really just not worried about the future, just worried about the next day, getting better every day, pretty much, and just believing the player you are.
Awesome. Thank you. Whenever you guys are ready.
Ben, what's different about this year?
Just our room, it's growing. Just the people in the room, the players in the room, the leadership in the room. Having Hart coming back has been just awesome. Me still being a young player, we have Christian Gray, Mickey, Silu, and the new addition of Zell in spring. I mean, it's just our room, we have depth, and I just feel as if that's the best thing about DB room is having depth and people you can trust to go out there and execute what they're asked to do.
Talk about your off season. What prepared you for the spring to become a better back?
Just understanding the defense in general, as a whole. I felt as if last year I was just trying to just play my position and just play the man in front of me. But I've been able to understand the whole defense, or trying to still understand the whole defense and just why I'm in the position I am, and just being okay with like working on things. That's been the biggest thing, is trying to work on things that I didn't do last year. So just trying to grow my game.
How have you kind of handled the hype coming out of last year?
I mean, I wouldn't say there's no hype or pressure. I feel as if like this is just the position that I've been blessed to be in. So I wouldn't say there's hype or anything. I just know that as a DB, I want to become the best DB I could be, and player I can be. So if I read too much into hype, I mean, you just can't do that. So yeah.
And then what's it just kind of been like having Zoe working at corner a little bit?
No, it's awesome. I mean, Zoe's athletic. He's a freak of athlete. Can jump, can catch, can run. So that's what we want as a DB, and he's physical. So it's a great addition. He pushes all of us to become the best DB we can be.
And then what does Christian Gray bring to the room on and off the field?
Just that little brother. Just that one little brother you always have. Christian, he's a funny guy. He's also a great player. So that's just awesome to have a guy like that. I see a lot of myself in him. So it's cool just being able to walk him through things that I had to go through last year. I didn't really roll last year, but it's the same transition. When you go to campus, there's going to be things that you don't know what to do or understand. So just having that person to go to is awesome. Reek was that for me last year, so it's nice being that for Christian.
Talk about last year and being able to, understand the defense. What kind of drove you to that point after a successful season to, just dive deeper into the schemes and
Just
the defense?
never be satisfied. There's always more you could do. Always more that I want to do. So I just feel as if last year was scratching the surface for me. There's things that I still don't know what to do or how to do it. So I just feel like this game, I'm just trying to learn more and more as I can. So I just feel it's cool because in many eyes, it's almost as if I did a lot, but I feel like there's still a lot more I can do. So yeah.
I think to most people, to hear that from you might be surprising, but, you got with 6 interceptions last season as a freshman. But how has that changed, I guess, with you and Jaden and Coach Mickens? How do you guys continue to, amp that up, I guess, too?
I mean, you can't be complacent at this level. I mean, at the end of the day, your job will be taken or you can mess up. I mean, so you can't be complacent. That's just a known in the building. We don't strive just to be complacent. We strive to become the best version of ourselves. So, I mean, if you're still dwelling on the past, you really can't do that because then you won't be able to be prepared for this season and ultimately help your team win games. So, I mean, if I'm still focused on the past, I won't be benefiting my team in any way.
Anything else? Last one.
Having one season under your belt, how have you kind of tried to grow as a leader and kind of grow your voice?
I would just say leading by example is the biggest thing. I mean, I know I'm not a vocal leader, but I know that being one of the guys first to the line in the weight room, first in the weight room, stuff like that, just leading by example is the biggest thing. So yeah, thank you.
Cam, what's the ceiling for this cornerback group?
The ceiling? Shoot, that's a hard question. I don't know if we have a ceiling, and I wouldn't know the ceiling. I'll have to play and see. I don't know.
And then how's just the shoulder and what's kind of your timeline to get back to full recovery?
Just a few weeks. The shoulder's doing really well. I have all my flexibility back. Just got to get my strength back at this point. So it's doing well. It's good.
What's it like going up against the wide receivers every day in practice, preparing you for the season? What are they doing to make you guys better?
Well, I haven't gone up against the wide receivers since Boston College Week. I've been out, but thinking about in the past, I would say something they're really good at is just their motor. A lot of guys are really confident in themselves, and comparing the game and practice, there's a lot of chatter going on, and that just gets me mentally prepared. We have a lot of good route runners, so I would say that. And then just our relationship, I guess. I know when I'm approaching the game, studying the receiver in and out, studying what that receiver is going to do, and then when I'm thinking about our receivers, we have distinct receivers. So when I'm going against JT, I'm going to guard JT different than I'm guarding deep. You know what I mean? So just that approach. We don't have a similar receiver group. So yeah.
You've been around the program a long time, but can you get an identity of this year's team? What excites you about this team this year?
How close we are. And I probably said that last year, but this year, this corner group is really close. We talk every day. They're some of my closest friends, so that's how close we are. I love these guys, and I think it's going to be a good season.
Awesome. Thanks, Cam.
For sure.
So white jersey, I guess what's been the last couple weeks been like for you?
It's been really good. I just made the transition. This is my first full practice at DB. Felt really good. Yeah, just still working every single day, trying to get better, perfect my craft, whatever position it may be.
And then how comfortable is that transition for you, just because you obviously were very good at it in high school, and I guess how long does it take to kind of get back in the flow of that?
I don't really think it was too difficult. There's definitely some technical stuff, but athletically I still feel pretty good at that position. Just really refining technical things and just working on that every single day. This just takes some consistency.
Lorenzo, with the transition, what have you learned about yourself from a mental standpoint?
I think I'm a football player. Either way, receiver, DB, wherever the team really needs me at, I can help make an impact. I'm willing to do it.
What's coming naturally for you?
I think really like man coverage, just press, just being able just to use my athleticism, be able to run with someone, and then it's more so like really playing off coverage a little bit more, just because I haven't been in a back battle for 2 years, so I think that's where it's a little bit different for me.
Everybody's complimented your physicality that you bring into the defensive side of the ball. How is that, I guess, helping you so early on, with the defense?
Defense is kind of a mindset, so you gotta if you don't have the mindset to go out there and really hit someone, be physical, put hands on somebody, it's not gonna work out too well for you. So I think I've already had the mindset, and now it's just refining my game.
Last question.
Any talks with your brother about, since transitioning to this position?
Yeah, I come from a defensive family, defensive background. So yeah, I don't want to say I'm a defense guy at heart, but I love playing football. But it's easy to talk about defense with those guys for sure.
Thanks, Ron.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Chance, I guess, how would you describe kind of the healthy competition within the guys and within the room this spring?
Yeah, we definitely got a lot of good guys, especially with Christian Gay coming in. We definitely looking to compete, have that healthy competition every single day, and push each other to get better. Yeah.
And then I know a lot of people are kind of focused on the field wise. How have you kind of grown mentally off the field in terms of the film room and kind of the weight room this spring?
Yeah, definitely been in the film room a lot more, studying DB, studying route concepts, and you definitely finding ways to use my technique.
Can you describe yourself as a competitor?
As a competitor, I've always been a competitor, born and raised. That's how my parents raised me. And on the field, it's not gonna be my man who catches the ball. That's how my mindset before every single play.
What do you need to do to see playing time?
I definitely say make plays on the ball. That's been my main thing this spring. Trying to take the ball away, get more picks, whether that's strips, picks. Just get the ball and have on-body coverage.
How comfortable do you feel in Golden's defense for the second year in a row?
Definitely really comfortable. Having pretty good practices. Like I said, trying to take the ball away. That's one thing that we preach here every day. Have a good effort, run to the ball. Yeah.
Anything else for Chance? Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Jaden, you basically have 2 springs under your belt now. I guess where have you kind of seen yourself grow in the last year?
Yeah, definitely. Like I said earlier, I would say just understanding the game as far as where's my leverage, where's my help, where I'm supposed to be each and every play. Last year, I feel like I came out here and just competed as hard as I can based off my ability coming out of high school. And now I definitely put last year under my belt and applied that to the game.
And then on the opposite end of the spectrum, I guess, how did the book come about, and I guess how did you come with that idea?
Yeah, definitely last year, I think it was summer, I was at home. I have some mentors back home, and we were just brainstorming ideas of how I could impact the community, impact the world even, and that was something that came over.
Anything else for Jaden?
Jaden, I guess, how would you describe the healthy competition within the room and how the guys want to see other guys get better?
Yeah, it's definitely, it's always been that way. With Cam, C-Lou, the older guys, even Reek last year, it's just been all love and helping each other get better and really helping the team instead of just trying to be somebody else. So it's been good.
And then what's been your focus mentally this spring, kind of trying to grow upstairs and kind of transition that to the field?
Right. Yeah, like I said, just putting the film room on the field and slowing the game down, being more comfortable within every detail of the game.
Last year, Tariq always talked about the DB room having that dog mentality. Do you guys still carry that and try to embody that every day out there on the field, just even against each other?
Oh yeah, you know how to get out there. Can't let no receiver breathe. So that's a plan. That's always a plan. Deny my man. That's what Coach Mickens say.
Jaden, how would you describe yourself? As your playing style as a football player?
I would say I'm greedy. I'm greedy. You know, I don't want nothing. That's how a lot of us are. We don't want nothing caught on us. And, you know, it gets to us whenever anything is caught on us. So really honing in on details so nothing gets caught, nothing gets up. So that's how I describe myself as a
Last question for Jaden.
How difficult is that with this offense? You know, Hartman, Buckner, receivers that are pretty large this year. How difficult is that challenge? Okay.
Yeah, it's been a good competition, good challenge, but it's really not about the offense. It's about honing in on our details and ourselves. So it's really just locking in on the little things and focus on our craft. And can't nobody get nothing.
Thank you, Jaden.
Thank you. Ryan, what have it been like just the last 2 years been like just kind of going through the ebbs and flows of college football?
Yeah, I feel like it's been a great experience. I've learned a lot. Just being able to be surrounded by people who want nothing for the best for me in everything has, put me in an advantage, especially being here at ND. So I feel real good about it.
And then what's kind of been your focus this spring?
More technique. I feel the physical aspect. So focusing on technique, so that way I can completely shut down a receiver.
We know the team goals, but what about your personal goals going into the season?
Just to be out there and have fun with the guys. Obviously, it's to win every game that we play. But just being surrounded by the seniors like Cam, who won't be here next year, guys like that, and just being around them.
Where have you improved the most this spring?
I'd say just speed in the game, understanding what my assignment is, what my job is, where I need to be, and how I need to do it. So I'd say that would be the biggest piece so far this spring.
How would you describe the chemistry of the group this spring and kind of how you guys have grown closer together?
Oh, it's been great. We have the new addition, Christian Gray, come in. And then we have Isaiah Dunn, who's a walk-on guy. So a few new faces, but we've never been closer. I feel like, you have guys like me, Chance, who came in last year, or came in 2 years ago, Mickey and Ben, who came in last year, and we've been together with Cam and CeeLou this entire time. So I feel like, everybody feels close, feels together, and is, ready to play.
And what mental strides are you trying to take this spring to kind of help you when you get out there on the field?
Just, taking time to myself to really sit and, go through plays or whatever it may be. I'll typically get a group together. We'll go into the film room together and watch film every now and then, but really taking the time to, on my own, sit and do that extra in order to prepare myself the best that I can.
Anything else, Ryan? Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.